places are limited on the amount of money. Threading the needle. Which is true, and I'm in that. All right, y'all. 1:45. So it's 1:45 in the afternoon. Starting off in Irvine as usual. So my family is currently in between hotels, so before they can find a place to go, I have to be there, because we're being, like I spoke about this morning, we're being forced into the Inland Empire because of hotel prices, and I guess just to do something different. So we're going to be stuck in a bunch of traffic on the way. So it felt really hot when I was walking through these parking lots today, just now actually. And then I looked at my weather app and it says it's like 76, but it felt hotter than that. But now that I'm out here on my bike, the air does feel very cool. I think it's just like when you're on the asphalt, of course it radiates and it's a lot hotter. But it doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would feel. Wow, look at that post office truck. It's a hell of a rig. They must be taking that must be like mountain mail in that big old truck. Or they're transporting something else. That's just a USPS disguise. Go, you're already crossed, bro. Almost made it out of the crosswalk. Taking an old school route. This will be probably the last video of the week. I might come to work on Sunday night, so I might have a late afternoon, evening ride to work and back on Monday, but I don't know where we're going to be on Sunday night. Not really looking forward to this drive to the Inland Empire. I'm like, I used to always be down for road trips, but like when it's hot like this and you're going into a hot area, like I always worry about like cars breaking down. I guess that comes from a childhood of continuous, you know, all our cars always broke down growing up, you know. Last summer, I had a fitting break in our Chevy Traverse for the cooling system. It was this plastic, you know, barbed fitting. And I don't work on cars. I mean, I'm obviously mechanically inclined, but I don't really work on cars, you know, but I had to fix it myself. because I was like, I don't know how much the part was. It was probably $100 for the part, something like that. And then luckily my neighbor across the street, he's a mechanic, so he has like all these specialty tools. So he had all these different little pliers where you could reach back into the firewall and get to this tubing. You had to take they have these weird hose clamps that you have to pinch with this tool to get them off the hose. And you can't fit your hands in there, you know. So my hands are all cut up. It probably took me a total of like, I don't know, man, 4 to 5 hours to replace this one hose and fitting. You know, I think I worked on it at one evening, and then I went and I quit, worked on it the next day. It was a mess, but I did it. But there's another one of those fittings. There's another one of those hoses on there, and I just worry, like, if that one broke, why wouldn't this one break? You know, maybe one of them is one of them's a pressure side, and one of them is a return side. So maybe it was the pressure side that broke, and so it won't be. Yeah, I don't really know, man. Look at this glass. A window busted out. It's kind of weird. Oh. Jesus. My gosh, the wind is terrible. When that bus came by, it stirred a bunch of air and got in my eyes. A bunch of dirt in my eyeballs. Keep getting hit with these gusts of wind. Lost my sunglasses. I couldn't, in the hotel room in the morning, it's like I'm looking around in the dark for my sunglasses. I couldn't use my phone for a light because the battery was dead. So I was like, man, that sucks. No sunglasses. this week I've left twice at 3 o'clock, which is an hour early. And today I left at like 1:45, so I feel like extremely guilty. So my manager has been understanding. I don't want to have to explain to him the situation, but you know, you kind of have to at a certain point, you know. And so that was kind of, I was reluctant to do that, but at least, you know, I'm being transparent. He knows what's going on. He's been understanding about the situation, but I still feel like guilty. And then one of the other guys that does a lot of the same type of work I do, that works for me, is he's out. He's been out for a family emergency for 2 weeks now, and he's going to be out for a couple more weeks. And then another guy that assumed my responsibilities is off today as well. So it kind of puts us in a goofy situation if something goes wrong. So we just gotta hope that my assessment of the situation at work was accurate and that they shouldn't have any issues tonight. Definitely have to say, like, if you work at a job and you're, you know, climbing the ladder where you work, like, one word of advice, like, if you have a good hourly rate and you have overtime, and you know you have overtime available to you periodically, and you're making that transition from hourly to salary, you really ought to be careful, because you could really sell yourself short, because businesses are limited on the amount of money they can, you can increase your compensation. So if you're working too much overtime and then you go to salary, they could give you a massive raise, and it's not going to be more than you were making already. So, like, if you're gonna, sometimes you're better just to stay in that pocket, that good hourly wage. I mean, in my situation, I was already topped out, so I had to do something. And they were helpful. They weren't like, it's the nature of the beast. It's that, you can only bargain so much, you know what I mean? Like I said, it's not like you can get like a 20% pay increase from one position to the next. You know, most people are going to cap out at like 10 to 15%. So you're better off just kind of staying in a good hourly position. And if you want to make big moves wearing shower shoes, you gotta negotiate with other companies a higher salary, and then be prepared to do that. Be prepared to move your career to another business, or use that as leverage to get a higher wage at your current job. Happened to me twice. I knew better, but long term it's better. I mean, if you're in a situation, it's going to be better in the long run to go ahead and make that move. But if you're, you know, living check to check, you can't. That's just my words of wisdom for anybody. Street, Santa Ana. Back home, man. Look at this. I'm not back home, but back in my familiar territory. I feel like I spent enough time in Santa Ana that, like, I feel like I could call this my territory. It's definitely my e-biking territory. It's like, even if you don't live at a specific beach, but you're over there every day hitting them waves, that's your beach. Jamming on rollerblades. I guess there's like a lot, Santa Ana has a huge rollerblading culture. I did not know that. There's even like a famous rollerblade store on 4th Street. I don't know how popular it is now, but they have like some event, some annual event here. So this morning I was talking about Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues, that song that was stuck in my head. So I got another song in my head now. It's called, I think it's called Black Cadillacs by Modest Mouse. It's another good band. Oh, this ain't good right here. It's got some great lyrics in that song too. What are we going to do here, my friends? Let's not make a bad decision. I can't tell what this Tahoe's doing. It's just going slow. Got the Teslas coming in, creeping in. I think if I had a fast bike, it would probably be dangerous for me. Idaho. It's the Idaho truck. So my pacing car is a semi. It's gonna help me moderate my speed, actually. Come on, I just gotta get across this. Oh, the traffic is backed up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get squished. He's stuck. This bus is causing all kinds of mayhem. Saved by the red light. Kinda. Jeez, come on, bro. Jeez. I could go in between, but I don't know if I'm gonna get through fast enough. Oh my God. We'll be doing this dance. The Orange County Transportation Authority dance. The Octa. Once you get trapped behind these buses, it sucks. It's over. Right in the needle. Guy in that Toyota is trying to kill me. God damn. Come on, Windhorse. Got a car right behind me. He's gonna have to go around me. So one thing about like riding on these streets, it's like crashing, right? So crashing is one thing, but what you have to worry about is okay, if I crash right here, am I going to get ran over? That's the biggest concern. So you can ride people, a lot of people that ride a lot, you know, they try to tell people, you know, get more out in the street, but then again, if for some reason my wheel falls off or something falls apart on my bike and I crash in the middle of the street, then I'm gonna get ran over. At least if I'm on the side, closer to the side, people have the opportunity to kind of miss me. But just gotta hope your bike doesn't fall apart. Gotta hope you don't crash. Sure it'll happen someday. We watch that guy that rides around with John Hicks sometimes, Dan the Man. That dude's gonna die on, I mean, I shouldn't say that. He's risking his life, I should say, by the way he rides. Like, he rides on a little Sur-Ron with these little tiny wheels on it. in flip-flops, shorts, t-shirt, no helmet. Is completely just crazy. I mean, head trauma is no joke, man. But there's still lots of states that you can ride a motorcycle without a helmet. It's true we named our children after towns that we've never been to. Oh shit. The tree's grown since the last time I've been through here. God damn. I got thwapped in the face with I was riding on Grand Avenue, and there's like a chain link fence, like right as you're getting up to I think it's Dyer. And there's that chain link fence, and then this little patch of dirt that's like a foot wide that you can ride on. You know, like that. And your handlebars are right up against the fence, and then the curb and the streets on your right side going against traffic. And there's a tree that grows through the chain link fence. Now they're building a massive retaining wall there. I think maybe even an off-ramp. But one morning I was riding on that little path and got smacked by a branch in the face. I was filming too, and it's in one of my videos, but I played it off, you know, like I didn't get hit in the face. But I was crying inside. Oh man. I'm not feeling so great. Not feeling so great, my friends. I rarely get sick, but when you start like going a lot of days without enough sleep, you start leaving yourself a little more vulnerable. Had like empty stomach ache. Probably not eating. That's probably why. Oh, there's a bunch of people looking over in this direction. What are they doing? What are y'all looking at? You guys watching squirrels? Is that what they're watching? Watching something. Huh. Look like a heavy metal band. Probably watching homeless activities. Got a random suitcase. Let's cruise through the grass. Not a bad spot. I mean, if I was homeless, I'd probably be out here too. It might be pretty soon. I gotta wash out my camping gear. I'll move out here with the family. You can save a lot of money living on the streets. Living in a park, in the parking lot. I mean, California though, like Southern California, this is a pretty good climate for being homeless. I'm sure that's why there's so much, you know? Like people say like, oh, there's so many homeless people in California. Well, yeah, there is, because it's nice. Because it's a badass state. That's why homeless people are here. Like, California is like my state, you know, people talk bad about it, but like, things change, you know what I mean? Things continuously change. You know, sometimes for good, sometimes not for good, and for every good thing that happens for somebody, it might be bad for somebody else, you know? So I mean, it's like, but you could say, oh yeah, California's terrible. The prices of housing and stuff is expensive, which is true, and I'm in that category. But let's say when I moved here, if I would have bought the house I live in right now, let's say I bought that house, I would have bought it for $350,000. Guess what? If I wanted to sell it now, I could sell for $900,000 10 years later. So would you still think that it was bad, you know? Just depends. Oh, did I miss my turn? I missed my turn, y'all. Tustin Avenue. Yeah, I need to get off of this path. I gotta hit Tustin Avenue. Tustin Ave. This is a difficult maneuver right here. Yeah, it can't be done. It can be done, just not right now. This is so freaking steep. Somebody was asking me if this bike can climb steep hills. Not this one. But not too bad of a hill climber, this one. And if you pedal, you can climb freaking anything on this bike. Well, this is nice. This will be a full-length video. Let's see what we're at right now. 36 minutes. So I got to put some oil in the car, check the coolant. Air up the tires. Put some gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it. Oh, squeak through there. Look like we're gonna make this light. If I would have been in the street, we would have made it. Continuously making bad decisions. Wait. Scooter power. Backing this up like it's a Harley, bro. I got sunblock on today, but I have this high dollar Neutrogena oilless like sunblock. It's not all oily. My handle grips are so hot, they're starting to twist. They usually don't twist that much. To checkpoint A. Oh, I gotta see. I might have to buy another pair of sunglasses here. I think I have a pocket in this thing. Yeah, I do. though, I think I forgot to put sunblock on top of my head. So I'm getting sunburn marks through my helmet. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.